Hello there. I'm going to talk about seven quality management principles. This is one of the most fascinating part of the entire ISO 9000 standard. The seven quality management principles are the founding principles of ISO 9001 2015 standard. In the earlier versions, we had eight quality management principles. Some of them have been combined together. Right now, we have got seven quality management principles. A great understanding of these management principles are so fundamentally important for you to become a great auditor. These seven quality management principles should be your guiding force to create value to organizations. Any organization to be successful, an organization needs to be customer focused. If there is no customer, there is no organization. Any organization, regardless of they are for profit or not for profit, needs to have customers. Someone who receives the products or the services of an organization. Yes, it is even for an NGO. You are targeting to support certain sections of the society who is benefited or affected by these organizations. So customer-focused organization is the one who will succeed, who will stay on course, thrive, and grow. Organizations without customer focus will decline, will perish today or tomorrow, that's for certain. The whole standard talks about customer and customer and customer. Customer satisfaction, determining customer requirements, meeting customer requirement. These are some of the central theme of ISO 9001 standard. So a fine understanding of this first principle is so very important. A customer-focused organization will shine and grow because customer loyalty will grow. Customer will come and continuously visit. So you need business and you need customer. So an organization needs to be customer focused, needs to identify the needs and expectations of the customer, how the organization can be radically different from their competitors and can solve the problems that the customer is looking for. Anyone buys some product or service is because they need it. So you are fulfilling the needs and expectations of an organization. Whatever you buy, you have got a need and you expect something. Just put yourself into the shoes of a customer and think for your product what customer might think. And are you geared to offer that? Are you offering those things to the customer? And by driving an organization towards this direction, you create a customer-focused organization. So all organizational focus remains riveted on customer focus. There was a great saying of Mahatma Gandhi who said, customer is the most important visitors in our premises. He is not an interruption. He is the purpose for organization. We are not doing a favor to him. He is doing a favor by giving us an opportunity to serve him or serve them. So a very powerful statement by Mahatma Gandhi on customer. Many theories came that customer is king. So consider customers like king. So you give the customers a good product because kings needs perfection. Kings need superior quality. But serving the king is with kind of a fear of if you are not giving the right, a brilliant product, you have trouble. So it is fear driven. But we give something with devotion to God. So customer is God concept is holistic in the sense, I'm not saying you compare a customer with God is the right thing to do, but the whole idea here is the way you devotionally go to the God, serve the customer with that sense of devotionality to give the best you can, serve the customer with honesty and pride, You become part of customer's organization. You become a part of customer's organization itself. The customer cannot think anyone else other than you or your organization. So this is what is going to be defining whether your organization will succeed and grow to the future. If you look at the success stories of any or all companies, one thing is for sure, they have served the customer and offered the best in class products with the greatest joy that they bring in is the greatest amount of success they get in their business. So in ISO standard, you determine customer requirement, you design the product based on what customer needs and expects. You communicate to the customer to know what you understood is indeed right. You design it in accordance with the customer. Go and talk to the customer. This is what you have designed for you, if it is applicable, and are you happy with that? Once it is done, the customer approves, you make it. And for making, you need to buy material. So buy something that the customer would really love. Just imagine the steering wheel in the car is not made by Toyota, for example, or GMC. It is supplied by an ancillary industry, and their product becomes part of the car manufacturer's product. Therefore, that level of perfection is needed even for purchasing the right product that becomes your delivery to the customer. You go back to the customer, take their feedback, how happy are you with our products and services? So there is a clause for all these. Then you analyze the customer satisfaction and the perception about your organization. When I'm saying you means you are an implementer. When you wear the cap of an auditor, you have to see whether the organization does all those things. Then you analyze the customer feedbacks. You find out what the customer needs, where customer is not absolutely delighted and where improvements can happen. So those things you can identify during management review. And then finally, you bring in, provide resources, drive the organization to improve the quality of the products and services even better. And that's how continual improvement will happen. So the customer focus is the principle, and you will find throughout the standard there are various requirements which talks about customer and what organization to offer. I will play a video of an organization that I held in greatest regard, and you will see the video and I'll ask you some questions. Which are the principles this organization is highlighting?
In 1967, when Toyota sold its first lift truck in the United States, the material handling industry was very different. But that year marked the beginning of a simple guiding principle, which has remained unchanged even to this day. And that is Toyota's vision to focus on innovative solutions that create value for our customers. This unwavering focus on our customers' needs, as demonstrated in our unmatched commitment to service and customer support, has earned an incredible level of customer loyalty.
Over the years, Toyota has introduced industry-changing innovation to the material handling industry. Toyota was the first to introduce no-tools service accessibility for maintenance on lift trucks. The first in the industry to introduce onboard diagnostics for electric-powered lift trucks. And in 1999, after years of development and more than 120 patents, Toyota revolutionized the industry with the introduction of the System of Active Stability, SAS, the world's first and still only lift truck stability enhancement system. The tradition of change has continued with the introduction of the AC power system to extend runtime, reduce maintenance, and improve performance of our electric-powered lift trucks.
Toyota has become a leader within the industry through unparalleled quality of engineering design, coupled with leading-edge manufacturing capabilities. In 1990, the first manufacturing of lift trucks in the United States began in Columbus, Indiana. And since then, we have expanded the facility 9 times, almost tripling our space. In 1999, we produced our 100,000th lift truck at this facility, 9 years after the start of production. And our 250,000th lift truck rolled off the line in 2006, 7 years later. Today, we have over 750 associates working to manufacture the more than 60 different models of lift trucks built here each year. This production, combined with the leading-edge quality, dependability, and reliability, has allowed Toyota to become #1 in sales in the industry. Currently, 99% of Toyota lift trucks sold in North America are manufactured here in North America. In addition, we have achieved ISO certifications for our design and development systems, our quality standards, and for our environmental management, which benefits you and our community. One of the most valued relationships is the relationship we have with our customers. We can assure you with confidence that you will be provided the most innovative material handling solutions at the best total value. Toyota lift trucks have set the industry benchmark for durability, reliability, ergonomics, productivity, and safety. This means greater productivity, reduced downtime, and increased profits, the things that really matter to you. Independent customer surveys show that existing customers will return to purchase another Toyota and would recommend Toyota to others.
Change is the foundation of business. The industry has changed dramatically since Toyota sold its first lift truck in the United States back in 1967. It has been changed by the innovation of Toyota designs and features. Despite the changes in the industry, Toyota has remained true to its vision of focusing on innovative solutions that create value for our customers.
The second principle is leadership. Leadership, here we are talking about who drives the organization. A position that sets trend in the industry is also leadership. Let me ask you a question now. Who is the Vice President of United States of America? See, United States of America is one of the most powerful nations in the world. And the Vice President position is really big position. But still, you don't want to remember, or it doesn't come to your mind instantly. Now, if I am asking who is the President of USA, you know the answer instantly. I would say 90% of the people here would know that it is Joe Biden. So I think you understood my question. Even the Vice President position is really very big. It is the second position. No one possibly so much interested for the second position. But everybody is talking about who is the first person, who is the leader. This is the reason you will find in a World Cup championship, the difference of the time between the champion and the first runner-up is microseconds. But the difference in the prize money is huge. This is done with an intention that there is a difference of good to great, or from great to the greatest. So that thin difference makes a big difference, a whole world of difference. You have to strive for excellence to the level you can stretch yourself to become the top and the leader, and that's what is called leadership. How can you be radically different and setting trend in the industry? An organization with absolute customer focus can become a leader in the market. A very important point I am trying to say here. So leadership in an organization is The top management is referring to the top management who drives the organization, who sets policies and objectives, who is dreaming to make it as a big organization, established with a definitive purpose, and striving that the organization really remains on the drive to achieve those goals and objectives and the purpose of the organization. It is the top management who sets policies and objectives, provide resources, defines roles and responsibilities, performs management review, provides resources, look at whether the organization is moving in the right direction, achieving the business goals, and if not, where things are going wrong, what has to be done, and how you can set a trend to serve the customers the best. Now, if I talk about in the terms of products, which is the best mobile phone you feel, with the most prestigious mobile phone manufacturing company today? Definitely, I would say 70 to 80% people will say it is iPhone. Truly, it is iPhone. But where was iPhone 25 years ago? They were not almost there. It was all about Nokia. What did happen to Nokia? They lost the leadership from the market. Possibly they lost sight of the customers, changing needs and expectation that is going to happen in future. And that is where from a garage, the iPhone came up. Therefore, leadership is those attributes of an organization or the leadership or the management of the organization which drives an organization to the top to become a trendsetter, to keep it ahead of curve. And let's see what an organization must do to become a market leader. You have to have exceptionally good quality product, exceptionally good quality infrastructure, state-of-art facilities and infrastructure, qualified people, I think best-in-class people, best-in-class processes, best-in-class designers, best-in-class, everything best-in-class. So to become a top-class organization, a leader in the market, you need to be radically different from others. Let me ask you a question now. Which company do you feel is the market leader when it comes to a courier service provider? Think it over and let me know what is your opinion, what makes them the market leader, why they're different, what they have done to become market leader, which no one could ever imagine. Which company comes in your mind when you talk about a car? Who produces the best quality, high-end car in the world? The answer could be different depending on the class of the customers. If you are the chairman of an organization, which car you are going to prefer for you? That's the leader in the market. Let's see what Toyota forklift truck company in US did to become the market leader in material handling industry.
By continually striving for quality through innovation, we have grown to become the industry's leading material handling solutions provider.
Third principle is engagement of people. In the previous version, it was involvement of people. There's a thin difference between involvement and engagement. Engagement is more intensive involvement. You are asking someone to do something, and through their engagement, you are trying to achieve results. No champion, no football team has become the champion in the world by the manager or captain alone. The captain is playing himself, and captain is taking the whole team together. So engagement of people is one of the fundamentally most important principle of the standard. It is the people who runs an organization. So the top management must succeed through the talent of the people. They have to identify who is good at what kind of competence we need, what kind of knowledge resource we need for the company. You have to acquire those knowledge. And if those knowledge is not available within the organization, what is needed is that the organization puts forth effort to elevate the standard of knowledge, give more training, train people who are working together, developing a learning organization, co-learning, working together, sharing from knowledge and experience would become a great way of learning together. And that also will ensure for every position there is a backup. So the engagement of people would be ensuring that the organization is being driven by people. It's not the machinery and equipment and few resources like machinery, infrastructure, and the building makes an organization. It is the people of the organization, the faces of people which makes the face of an organization. You think of an organization, you think of some people working in that organization. So those are the people who will have to be involved and engaged intensively to carry forward the mission of the organization, the task that is assigned to them to do it perfectly so that their collective work produces the result. We find engagement of people principle in management review, in contract review, reviewing the contract, reviewing the design and the documents, review the requirement of customers and stakeholders, engaging people for management review, engaging people for improvement, and all that is needed. So engagement of people is one of the most important principle of quality management system. The next significant important principle is a process approach. We have talked about process approach. Process approach is activities to convert inputs into desired output under controlled condition. So in a process, what is typical is you need inputs. Those inputs are required to get the output. So your focus is on the output. Your focus is on the results to be achieved. For that, you do certain tasks. Those are the activities. So you need to have controls on those activities. They have to be done in a sequential manner, in a consistent manner to produce consistent results or consistent output. You have to include all the necessary inputs that is required for the activity to be, to get the right product on right time. You need right source of information where you look at what source of information you look at for getting the inputs, and also who is the receiver of the services or the output. So process approach is fundamentally important. ISO standard promotes process approach for critical success factors. So it requires the organization and its leadership to identify the processes for quality management system, identify their links, ensure that the output from one process moves to the next process, and finally all those necessary inputs are taken into the subsequent processes to realize the product at the final stage, which will be the right quality of product and services that the customer will be delightfully waiting to receive. So you have to make sure that the right product goes to the customer on right time to ensure they are delighted. Next is continual improvement. Continual improvement is a step-by-step process. A step-by-step process to facilitate improvement. It could be innovation. It could be taking feedback from the customer. It could be looking at the PDCA model, where things must have been done better, what inputs were not considered while planning stage, what has not gone right while doing, which was not considered either in the planning stage, or something was considered in the planning stage but was not executed so well during the doing, and it was found in the checking stage, so you are going to improve in the subsequent stage. Next comes evidence-based decision making. You have to make decisions based on evidence. You cannot suddenly decide for something without logical data, without analyzing necessary data. It can be a faulty decision. Unless you look at data, for example, you will not make a decision at all. For example, you should know that the trend of customer feedback is declining for the delivery or certain features, or your competitors are offering superior and more appealing product, and your trend of sales is declining. And this is the time that you have to be alert and drive your people to find out what your competitors are doing, what customer needs, and how you can be better and remain on course and remain ahead of curve. And last principle is relationship management. You have to develop relationship between your supplier and of course your customer. And supply chain development is one of the most important element of management system. If you have not developed your suppliers, you will not be able to succeed in your business. It is together with your supplier you succeed. What you are to your customer, your supplier is the same thing to you. So whatever you expect from your customer, provide that to your supplier. Take them on board. Make them part of your organizational improvement process, developmental process, business development process, and succeed through the network of supplier as well.
Toyota, we value the diversity of our associates, realizing that many voices help generate new and better ideas. That, coupled with our encouragement for associates to offer Kaizen suggestions or continuous improvement, is the foundation of Toyota's reputation for producing industry-leading quality products.
Toyota is the global leader in material handling solutions and has become the #1 selling lift truck supplier in North America. A relationship with our dealer network that is the strongest dealer network in North America. Our dealers work to provide you industry-leading sales, service, and parts support, which allows you to reach your material handling goals.